Yeong-in was a manager at Bokyoung Company, responsible for leading a motivational seminar for young individuals. Despite his role as a motivator, the audience was more interested in the monetary rewards distributed at the seminar's conclusion, rather than the company's offerings. Aware of this disinterest, Yeong-in's boss, Han, devised a strategy to entice the youth, hoping to improve the company's image in the media. When the initial plan failed, Han resorted to unethical means, instructing Yeong-in and Seung-dae to distribute money to specific individuals to bolster the company's reputation. Yeong-in received a distinct task: to persuade the challenging editor Lee, a newspaper journalist, into providing a positive review of the company. Despite editor Lee's initial refusal, Yeong-in tactfully appealed to her by highlighting the potential benefit for her child to receive a scholarship, eventually persuading her to collaborate. However, Seung-dae started to question the ethics of their actions, realizing that their company engaged in illicit practices for self-gain, leading him to doubt the morality of their actions. Yeong-in attempted to console Seung-dae, reassuring him that as mere employees, they shouldn't feel overly burdened as they were simply carrying out their assigned duties. Despite Yeong-in's attempts to alleviate Seung-dae's guilt, the latter remained troubled by the injustice he witnessed, especially Director Han's embezzlement. Seung-dae resolved to expose Han's criminal activities to relieve his conscience, disclosing the discrepancy in compensation records to Yeong-in. Fearing the consequences, Yeong-in initially hesitated to support Seung-dae's intentions. However, Seung-dae handed him a flash drive purportedly containing company secrets, urging Yeong-in to take action. The following day, Yeong-in received the shocking news of Seung-dae's apparent suicide, leaving him in disbelief as they had met only the night before. Director Han, suspicious of any revelations Seung-dae might have made before his death, questioned Yeong-in. To protect his late friend, Yeong-in denied knowing anything Seung-dae might have shared. Despite Seung-dae's demise, Han continued working closely with Yeong-in, intending to convince higher authorities that everything was under control. Demonstrating a gesture of trust, Han, as a further part of his plan, claimed Yeong-in as a brother, even giving him his Rolex watch as a symbol of trust. Han then assigned Yeong-in to deliver funds to high-ranking officials, solidifying his belief in Yeong-in's unwavering loyalty. The money being transferred by Yeong-in originated from a mafia figure named Jun-tae, who had previously severed ties with Han. However, Han, eager to safeguard his intricate plans, devised a scheme to frame Yeong-in, enlisting Jun-tae's help. In their agreement, Jun-tae would assist Han in pinning the blame on Yeong-in. One night, Yeong-in was tasked with delivering $5 billion in cash, believing it to be a crucial assignment. However, he received a call from editor Lee, diverting him from his route. Arriving at the rendezvous point, Yeong-in was unexpectedly robbed by 3 teenagers and abandoned in a forest. As one of the robbers absconded with the loot, he met his demise in a fiery car crash due to lack of attention while driving. The accident drew police attention, prompting an investigation that revealed the stolen car. Unfortunately, the driver's charred remains made identification challenging. However, the discovery of a Rolex watch on the victim led authorities to Han. Summoned as a witness, Han eventually confessed that the watch belonged to him and had deliberately been given to his associate. The police investigating Han began to suspect something amiss in his account of the accident. Han's peculiar focus solely on his car's whereabouts, not on Yeong-in's condition, raised doubts about the veracity of his statements. They considered that the luxury watch could potentially serve as proof of a close relationship between Han and Yeong-in. This discrepancy led the police to question Han's honesty, suspecting that the watch might be concealing a larger secret that Han was attempting to conceal. Meanwhile, Jun-tae, upset with Han's actions, believed Han had orchestrated the accident, resulting in the loss of his money. Suspecting betrayal, Jun-tae confronted Han, who denied intentionally causing the accident, expressing confusion over who else to bribe since no one seemed willing to cooperate. Unexpectedly, Yeong-in, having survived the ordeal in the forest, sought to contact Han and inform him of his condition. This revelation caught Han off guard, as he had believed Yeong-in to be deceased. Han hastily inquired about the car, to which Yeong-in disclosed that he had been robbed, but managed to secure the vehicle in a safe location. Amidst the chaos, Yeong-in awaited Han's arrival as instructed. Hungry and penniless, he stood by a food stall, where the compassionate seller offered him food out of pity. Enjoying a hot dog while waiting, Yeong-in discovered a letter in his coat. Shockingly, the letter, purportedly his will, was penned by Han, falsely incriminating Yeong-in for embezzling company funds. Realizing Han's deceit, Yeong-in felt deeply betrayed, almost becoming a victim of Han's malicious schemes, as Seung-dae had warned. That night, when Han arrived, Yeong-in confronted him about the forged will and the false accusations of embezzlement. Han attempted to explain but was interrupted by the arrival of Jun-tae and his men, poised to capture Yeong-in. Sensing danger, Yeong-in fled in the company car he had parked earlier, escaping Han and Jun-tae's pursuit, much to Jun-tae's frustration. The following day, feeling lost and overwhelmed, Yeong-in lamented his situation. However, his predicament worsened when the police, tracking the company car's license plate, closed in on him. Fearful of being apprehended, Yeong-in attempted to flee. In his panic, he accidentally collided with a woman who unexpectedly entered his car, leaving him bewildered and unsure of what to do next. At first, Yeong-in presumed the woman, Miri, demanded compensation for the accident. However, she only wanted to flee the scene, so they fled together. Miri, a prostitute on the run from gangsters due to stealing jewelry from a gang boss, sought refuge. Yeong-in, feeling they were far enough from danger, intended to leave Miri by the roadside. However, Miri insisted on receiving medical aid for the collision, prompting Yeong-in to advise her to seek treatment and assure her that his company would cover the expenses. During their argument, Yeong-in accidentally spotted a billboard displaying news about him, fleeing with company funds worth $5 billion. Now a wanted fugitive, he was accused of embezzlement. Miri, realizing the situation, noticed money in the car, seizing the opportunity to demand more. Yet Yeong-in asserted that he was being falsely accused by his boss. Suggesting they report the incident to the police, they visited the station to surrender the money. However, due to Yeong-in's disheveled appearance, the police mistook him for an immigrant. Consequently, Yeong-in decided to return the money. Unable to trust his boss, Yeong-in proposed to Miri that they spend the money freely. Secretly, however, he had another plan in mind. Meeting Han the next day, Yeong-in denied any knowledge of the missing funds. Unconvinced, Han interrogated Yeong-in, leading to Jun-tae's frustration, resulting in physical violence against Yeong-in. As tensions escalated, Jun-tae sought revenge on Yeong-in for feeling deceived. Soon after, the gangster searching for Miri arrived, provoking conflict between the gangs. In the midst of the chaos, Yeong-in seized the opportunity to escape while Miri attempted to secure the money. Upon spotting her outside the building, Yeong-in rushed to her aid. As the situation intensified with gang clashes, the police arrived in response to reports of the turmoil. Yeong-in and Miri fled, using a police car while the gangsters confronted law enforcement. Finding themselves on the run, Yeong-in and Miri deliberated their next move. Eventually, Yeong-in proposed heading to Busan, anticipating the busy atmosphere due to an upcoming baseball game. They rented a motorcycle and headed to Busan, carrying the money, which alleviated their immediate worries. During the journey, they shared their stories, forming a mutual trust as they both faced similar problems. In a gesture of trust, Yeong-in handed all his money to Miri, who, in turn, gave him the stolen jewelry. Arriving in Busan, they booked a luxurious room in a high-end hotel. As Miri relaxed, news on TV revealed Yeong-in's involvement in a criminal case, startling her. Sensing her fear, Yeong-in reassured her, explaining that it was merely false accusations. As Yeong-in strategized to uncover his boss's criminal activities, Han and Jun-tae tracked him to Busan, presuming he would attend the baseball game. Amidst the thousands of spectators, Jun-tae instructed his men to scour the stands, attempting to locate Yeong-in. Simultaneously, gangsters sought Miri, deploying their own search teams to find her. Initially immersed in the baseball match, Yeong-in eventually noticed Han's pursuit. Sensing the danger, he bid farewell to Miri before the game's end, urging her to remain for safety. Yeong-in arranged a meeting point and confronted Han and Jun-tae. The interrogations began, leading to the destruction of Yeong-in's flash drive, presumed to contain evidence of Han's embezzlement. Jun-tae inquired about the missing money, unaware that the room was under surveillance, capturing their incriminating actions. Eventually, the surveillance footage unveiled Han and Jun-tae's criminal activities. Meanwhile, the gangsters found Miri, pressuring her to disclose the item she had taken, only to learn that she had given it to Yeong-in. They demanded Miri locate Yeong-in, leading to their eventual gathering outside the stadium. In the midst of negotiations between Jun-tae and the gangster boss for their respective possessions held by Miri and Yeong-in, the latter duo cleverly dispersed the money, inciting a brawl among the people and creating a distraction. Seizing the opportunity, Miri and Yeong-in fled the scene. Subsequently, the Busan Regional Police intervened upon receiving reports from security officers. The police swiftly arrested Jun-tae and Han on suspicion of embezzlement. The following day, the gangsters were also apprehended due to causing a disturbance in a public area. Meanwhile, Miri and Yeong-in successfully evaded the chaos, finding solace in Busan, liberated from the constant pursuit and false accusations. Free from the burden of being wrongfully pursued, they could finally enjoy their newfound freedom.